Today's topic, how to lose stomach fat. Today I want to share specific tips with you that are based on scientific research, and I will also talk about a lot of scientific studies. However, I try to make it as fun and as entertaining as possible. Even though I have to admit it, some of the studies that I will quote sound quite serious and quite boring. But hey, you want to have weight loss advice that's actually based on science and not just me making some stuff up and saying, you can just drink 5 shots of vodka and boom, your weight will disappear. Oh, speaking of alcohol, that's also something that I want to discuss with you in this episode. But first, let me start with another tip. A tip that changed my life, because for a very long time I had digestive issues and I was following the typical Western diet, which is a lot of white bread. Especially me as a German, a lot of white bread, a lot of cheese and everything that basically closes the stomach and that's very high in calories. And then at some point I said, no more, I will change my diet. And I changed my diet to a high fiber diet. And now I consume a lot of fiber every day. I eat apples, avocados, broccoli, fruits, and since then, my morning poops are just a pleasure because the more fiber you eat, the easier it will be to have your morning poops. But let's not talk about this disgusting topic right now. Let's talk about fiber in relationship to weight loss. Eating fiber can actually improve your digestive system a lot, which can already help you to lose weight. But the biggest benefit of eating a high fiber food diet is that you are not that hungry anymore after a meal. A lot of foods that contain fiber are very low in calories, but because of the fiber that it contains, it makes you feel full, and this then leads to easy weight loss. So I can highly recommend that you eat more fiber. Fiber is good for pooping, and it's good for weight loss, and it's also good for losing stomach fat. And remember what I just said about taking 5 shots of vodka? Of course, that's not weight loss advice, that was just a joke, but here's the serious advice. If you cut back on alcohol, or if you actually avoid drinking alcohol, losing weight and losing stomach fat can be easier for you than if you're drinking. Because observational studies have shown that people who consume a lot of alcohol have a significantly higher risk of developing obesity. Especially obesity around the waist and in the stomach area. So yes, drinking alcohol can have a negative effect on your ability to lose stomach fat. I, for example, don't drink alcohol at all. I just don't like the taste. I don't think it's healthy. It's not just I think, I know scientifically speaking, it's not healthy when you think about it. It's just a socially accepted poison that we drink and that we consume and that we basically poison our body with. And I just don't like drinking alcohol. Of course, that doesn't mean that you have to quit alcohol altogether. I don't want to say, oh my god, if you drink 1 beer every now and then or 1 glass of wine, you will never lose weight. That's not the case. It will just be easier for you to lose weight if you don't drink, especially if you don't drink a lot. And the other benefit of cutting back on alcohol or avoiding it altogether is that drinking alcohol makes you feel hungry. And then as a result, you eat all the food that you don't want to eat. Or in this state, you want to eat it, but then the next day you say to yourself, oh, damn it, why did I eat that? And it also suppresses your inhibition. And that's something that alcohol can do, which a lot of people don't think is related to weight loss. Yes, of course, we all know that alcohol lowers our inhibition, and then as a result, we might hook up with somebody that we don't want to hook up with, and the next day we say, oh god, no, why did I do that? But the same is true for your food consumption. If you then, for example, suppress your inhibition and as a result you just eat because you can't control yourself anymore, that's the result of alcohol. And eat more protein and less carbohydrates if you want to lose stomach fat. And now for me as a German, that's my ultimate test to pronounce this expression correctly. I found a study for you, and I want to quote the objective from this study and also what this study found out. And I want to do that because I want to prove to you that eating more protein is not just something that I say, but also something that's based in hard data and science. And the study is called thermogenesis, and I probably pronounced that wrong, sorry, that's the German in me, is increased 100% on a high protein, low fat diet versus a high carbohydrate, low fat diet in healthy young women. And what postprandial thermogenesis, or however it's pronounced, actually means is just the net increase in energy expenditure following the ingestion of a meal, which means that how easy it is for you to actually burn calories after a meal and how much energy your body requires to do that. And I want to quote the objective from this study. The recent literature suggests that high protein, low fat diets promote a greater degree of weight loss compared to high carbohydrate, low fat diets. But the mechanism of this enhanced weight loss is unclear. This study compared the acute energy cost of meal-induced thermogenesis on a high protein, low fat diet versus a high carbohydrate, low fat diet. And the data indicates an added energy cost associated with high protein, low fat diets, and as a result may help to explain why such a diet is better for weight loss. There you go, eat more protein and less carbohydrates. And you also have the opportunity to lose stomach fat with the help of the only weight loss supplement I recommend. And in both human and animal studies, it was discovered that moderate weight people have different gut bacteria than people who are obese or who are just a little bit overweight. And there's another study that I found that proves that there's a strong evidence that links obesity to inflammation throughout the body. If you improve your gut lining, or let's say the health of your gut lining, this may reduce systematic inflammation and protect against obesity and other diseases. And the last study I want to mention right now when it comes to these miracle molecules is that in one study, women who were consuming probiotics lost 50% more weight over a 3-month period of time compared with the women in this study who were taking a placebo pill. So much to the placebo effect. I mean, yes, the placebo effect can be powerful, but this study proved that probiotics can have a significant effect on your weight loss. And the participants who took the probiotics also continued to lose weight during the weight maintenance phase of the study. But the only problem is for probiotics to be effective, they need to be alive and active, and that's why their natural shell is so important. And this is what leads me directly to the only weight loss supplement that I recommend to you. And if you want to find out more about this incredible supplement, then you can click on the first link in the description and watch this video till the very end. And of course, if you want to read about the science behind the supplement and you say, nah, I don't want to watch a video today, then you can also click on the second link in the description and read the letter. And you can also go directly to loseweightpodcast.com/letter if you want to read this letter. And if you say, no, Sebastian, I'm going to watch the video, then you can also go to loseweightpodcast.com/video and find out more about this incredible weight loss supplement. And what you can also do to lose stomach fat is to actively lower your stress level. There's been an interesting study that's called Shaping the Stress Response: Interplay of Palatable Food Choices, Insulin and Abdominal Obesity. And in this study, it was discovered that lowering your stress level can have a significant effect on your weight loss. And if you want to reduce your stress, you can, for example, work less, make lifestyle choices, take long walks, meditate, and relax to music. And you can also exercise to lose belly fat. And yes, I want to mention another study. Today it's very scientific, but I think that helps you to really understand the science behind the tips that I share with you, which will then hopefully motivate you to put my advice into practice, because I want nothing more than helping you to succeed on your weight loss journey. And in this case, when it comes to the tips I share with you today, to help you to lose stomach fat. And the study that I want to share with you is called A Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis of the Effect of Aerobic versus Resistance Exercise Training on Visceral Fat. And the data clearly suggests that exercise, no matter if aerobic exercise or resistance exercise, can have a positive effect on your weight loss. And one point is very interesting for you if you want to lose stomach fat, and that's that aerobic exercise below current recommendations for overweight obesity management may be sufficient for beneficial visceral adipose tissue modification, which means even if you exercise below the recommendations, let's say you exercise less than what's recommended, this can already have a positive effect. And then improve your sleep quality to lose stomach fat. Sleep deprivation is linked to an increased risk of weight gain and obesity. And yes, I want to mention another study. And that's the study called Sleep Duration, General and Abdominal Obesity and Weight Change Among the Older Adult Population of Spain. So yes, that's a study that was conducted in Spain, but even if you're not Spanish and even if you don't say amigos, hola, señorita, doesn't matter. You can still lose weight by sleeping more and sometimes by sleeping less. Because in this study, they discovered that sleeping less than 5 hours, but also more than 9 hours, can lead to an increased weight gain. And I also discovered another research article that said that eating heavy meals can make you want to sleep longer because your body needs more energy to digest the food, and as a result you need more recovery time, which might be the reason, I'm not quite sure, but it might be the reason why people who sleep longer than 9 hours also have problems with their weight. But you see, you can lose stomach fat in your sleep. And if you take one capsule of the only weight loss supplement that I recommend to you, then you can make losing stomach fat in your sleep even easier for you. And if you want to find out more about this supplement, you can click on the first link in the description or go to loseweightpodcast.com/video to watch the video. And if you prefer reading about the science behind the supplement, then you can click on the second link in the description or go directly to loseweightpodcast.com/letter.